Sometimes even to live is an act of courage, Seneca once said. But what if the very philosophy that teaches us this courage falls short? Today we're peeling back the layers of Stoicism to uncover its limits and introduce you to an alternative that might just resonate deeper with your spirit. If you've ever wondered why the Stoic silence doesn't always quiet the storm inside, you're in the right place. Before we dissect these philosophical intricacies, ensure you're part of this enlightening journey by subscribing. Join us as we challenge traditional views, daring to ask if there's more beyond the Stoic resolve. Engage with us, share your thoughts, and perhaps together we'll find a path that speaks not just to the mind, but to the soul, ready to see if Stoicism holds up under scrutiny or if another philosophy stands ready to take its place in your life. Let's dive into the exploration of what happens when Stoicism might fail you and where to turn instead. Lesson 1. Understanding the limitations of Stoicism. Stoicism, with its teachings on resilience, virtue, and control over emotions, has garnered a strong following among those seeking tranquility and wisdom. However, despite its many strengths, Stoicism isn't without its limitations, which can impact its effectiveness in addressing the complexities of modern life. One fundamental limitation of Stoicism is its high emphasis on rationality and detachment. While these can be powerful tools for managing life's difficulties, they may also lead to an underestimation of emotional richness and the human need for connection. Stoicism teaches that we should strive to maintain equanimity in the face of life's ups and downs, which can sometimes be interpreted as suppressing emotions rather than dealing with them healthily. For instance, while Stoicism advocates for accepting things we cannot change, this approach might make some individuals passive in situations where emotional engagement and active change are necessary. The philosophy might suggest enduring an unfavorable situation with a calm disposition, but this could potentially discourage actions that might rectify or improve circumstances, such as advocating for personal rights or expressing emotional needs in relationships. Furthermore, the Stoic practice of preparing for the worst, premeditatio malorum, though useful for mental preparation, can lead to a pessimistic outlook if not balanced with positive reinforcement. Continually focusing on potential negative outcomes might condition a person to expect and even unintentionally manifest such outcomes, rather than cultivating a balanced view that recognizes both potential challenges and opportunities. Moreover, Stoicism's focus on self-sufficiency and personal ethics can sometimes isolate individuals from community support and external resources that could aid their personal and professional growth. In a world increasingly defined by connectivity and interdependence, this aspect of Stoicism might limit one's ability to fully engage with and benefit from societal advancements and human relationships. To address these limitations, it can be helpful to integrate Stoic practices with other philosophical or psychological approaches that emphasize emotional intelligence, community involvement, and proactive problem-solving. For example, integrating principles from existentialism can enrich Stoic practices by acknowledging and embracing the absurdity and unpredictability of life, encouraging a more dynamic engagement with one's circumstances. Similarly, practices derived from modern therapeutic approaches like cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, can provide tools for effectively recognizing and regulating emotions rather than suppressing them. In this first lesson, we explore how understanding Stoicism's limitations can actually enhance its application by encouraging a more nuanced and flexible approach. By acknowledging where Stoicism falls short, adherents can adapt its teachings to better suit personal needs and modern challenges, ensuring that the philosophy remains a valuable tool for navigating life's complexities rather than a rigid doctrine. As we continue to explore Stoicism and its alternatives, keep in mind the importance of a balanced philosophical diet that includes a variety of perspectives to nurture a well-rounded, resilient, and emotionally rich life. Lesson 2. Balancing Stoicism with emotional intelligence. While Stoicism teaches the importance of controlling our reactions and striving for inner calm, it sometimes underplays the essential role of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage both our own emotions and those of others, is a skill that complements Stoic practices by helping us engage more meaningfully with the world around us. When balanced with Stoic principles, emotional intelligence becomes a powerful tool that allows us to respond rather than simply react, creating a deeper level of connection and personal insight. Stoicism, by nature, encourages us to detach from external events and emotions that we cannot control. While this is helpful in many instances, it can lead to a certain level of emotional suppression. When we ignore or suppress emotions, we risk creating an inner buildup of unresolved feelings, which can impact our mental health, relationships, and self-awareness. Emotional intelligence, on the other hand, emphasizes understanding and acknowledging emotions without letting them control us. This acknowledgement doesn't mean indulging emotions, but rather recognizing them as valid signals about ourselves and our interactions with the world. To practice emotional intelligence within a Stoic framework, start by being aware of how you feel in various situations. For instance, if a colleague criticizes you at work, a strictly Stoic response might be to remind yourself that their opinion doesn't affect your true self. However, practicing emotional intelligence means also acknowledging the impact of that criticism on your emotions. Perhaps it made you feel undervalued or frustrated. By recognizing these feelings, you gain insight into your needs and expectations in the workplace, which can help you respond constructively rather than simply suppressing your reaction. Another aspect of balancing Stoicism with emotional intelligence involves empathy. Stoicism teaches that we should remain indifferent to others' opinions to avoid unnecessary suffering. However, a balanced approach would be to recognize and value others' emotions, understanding their perspectives without becoming overwhelmed by them. For example, if a friend shares their frustrations, a Stoic response might involve listening without getting emotionally involved. But with emotional intelligence, you can listen actively, showing empathy and validating their feelings, which can strengthen your relationship and foster trust. Integrating emotional intelligence also means using emotions as a source of motivation rather than a hindrance. Stoicism might advocate for suppressing fear, but emotional intelligence suggests exploring that fear. Ask yourself why you're afraid and what it says about your goals or values. Maybe fear signals a deeper desire for growth or a need for change, giving you the chance to act on it thoughtfully. Recognizing these emotions allows you to make decisions based on self-knowledge, which can lead to more fulfilling and authentic choices. Finally, journaling can be an invaluable tool for combining Stoic reflection with emotional intelligence. Write down challenging situations, noting not only your Stoic observations about control and acceptance, but also your emotional responses. Reflect on what those emotions reveal about your internal world, values, and relationships. Over time, this practice fosters a harmonious balance between Stoic composure and emotional awareness, creating a resilient mindset that values both rationality and human connection. Balancing Stoicism with emotional intelligence provides a fuller, richer approach to life. By embracing both philosophies, you're not only able to maintain inner peace, but also to engage deeply and authentically with others, making Stoic resilience and emotional intelligence powerful allies in the pursuit of a virtuous, connected life. Lesson 3. Embracing uncertainty. Going beyond Stoic control. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot. This approach is valuable for building resilience, but it can sometimes create a tendency to overemphasize control and predictability in our lives, which might lead to discomfort when faced with the unknown. Embracing uncertainty as a part of life requires a shift in perspective, allowing us to find growth and strength not just in control, but in letting go of the need for it. Life is filled with unknowns, and by accepting this, we can build a more adaptable and expansive mindset. To embrace uncertainty, start by acknowledging that the unpredictable nature of life often leads to unexpected opportunities and growth. While Stoicism teaches us to accept that which we cannot change, it doesn't always focus on the benefits of uncertainty itself. Life's unpredictability often nudges us toward new experiences, relationships, and self-discoveries that we wouldn't have encountered if everything went as planned. By seeing uncertainty as a gateway to potential, we transform fear of the unknown into excitement for possibility. To practice this, try stepping outside your comfort zone intentionally. Take on projects or challenges without rigid expectations of the outcome. Focus on the learning process rather than obsessing over control or results. If you've ever found yourself overly planning or worrying about how things will turn out, remind yourself that some of the most memorable life experiences come from the unforeseen. The goal isn't to abandon Stoic control, but to balance it with a willingness to venture into the unknown, accepting that not everything can be anticipated or planned. Furthermore, cultivating a sense of curiosity is essential in embracing uncertainty. Instead of viewing uncertainty as a gap in control, see it as an opportunity to learn, explore, and grow. Reflect on times in your past when unplanned events led to positive changes or valuable lessons. By approaching uncertainty with curiosity, you foster a mindset that values learning over control, aligning both with Stoic acceptance and a love for discovery. Lesson 4. Finding balance through self-compassion. Stoicism teaches us to be disciplined, rational, and resilient, often encouraging us to push through challenges and suppress unproductive emotions. While these traits are valuable, they can sometimes lead to a harsh inner dialogue where self-compassion is sacrificed for the sake of self-control. Self-compassion complements Stoicism by adding a gentle, understanding layer to our responses to mistakes and struggles, reminding us that striving for virtue includes being kind to ourselves. Self-compassion begins with recognizing that, as humans, we are inherently imperfect and bound to make mistakes. Instead of criticizing yourself harshly for perceived failures or weaknesses, approach them with understanding, asking, "What can I learn from this?" Rather than viewing mistakes as signs of inadequacy, self-compassion allows you to see them as integral parts of growth. This approach reinforces resilience by building a nurturing rather than punishing internal environment. To integrate self-compassion with Stoicism, try to practice kind self-reflection each day. Reflect on moments when you were hard on yourself and consider how you could approach them more gently. Ask yourself if you would treat a friend the same way. Self-compassion doesn't mean excusing yourself from accountability. It means understanding that you're on a journey of growth and treating yourself with respect during that journey. Embracing this kindness can help maintain emotional health, which is crucial for sustaining the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, and justice over the long term. Additionally, practicing self-compassion makes it easier to handle criticism from others. Stoicism encourages indifference to others' opinions, but it can sometimes make us rigid or dismissive. Self-compassion softens this by allowing us to consider feedback constructively without defensiveness or self-blame. When you make a mistake and receive criticism, View it through the lens of learning rather than condemnation. Recognize your value beyond any single action or opinion, focusing on gradual improvement rather than unrealistic expectations of perfection. To reinforce self-compassion, make journaling a daily practice. Write about moments when you were disappointed in yourself and challenge yourself to reframe those moments with understanding. Reflect on your progress and remind yourself of your inherent worth, independent of external achievements or setbacks. Over time, you'll cultivate a balanced approach that harmonizes the Stoic pursuit of excellence with the warmth of self-compassion, helping you achieve resilience without losing sight of self-kindness. By combining Stoic strength with self-compassion, you create a robust foundation that supports continuous growth. This balance allows you to handle adversity without self-criticism, face challenges with both determination and gentleness, and treat yourself as a resilient yet worthy individual on a journey toward virtue. Lesson 5. Integrating Stoic detachment with purposeful passion. Stoic detachment is a key principle in Stoicism, encouraging us to let go of excessive attachment to outcomes, people, and material possessions. This detachment fosters resilience by helping us remain unaffected by things outside our control. However, taken to the extreme, Stoic detachment can risk making life feel emotionally distant or overly reserved, potentially disconnecting us from meaningful pursuits. To balance this, integrating purposeful passion with Stoic detachment can lead to a life that is both deeply engaged and resilient, allowing you to care deeply while maintaining inner peace. Purposeful passion involves dedicating yourself to a cause, goal, or activity that resonates with your values and gives your life meaning. Unlike fleeting pleasures or superficial attachments, purposeful passion is about committing to something you genuinely care about, regardless of whether the outcome is entirely within your control. For example, pursuing a creative project, engaging in social causes, or nurturing relationships are all ways to experience purposeful passion. While Stoicism would caution against depending on these pursuits for happiness, they add a layer of depth to life that helps you feel connected and fulfilled. To practice purposeful passion alongside Stoic detachment, begin by identifying pursuits that align with your values and that you would consider worthwhile even if challenges arise. Ask yourself what activities bring you fulfillment, where you can make a positive impact, and what goals resonate most with your personal values. With this clarity, approach these pursuits with intention and dedication, but remain mindful of Stoic principles, particularly the dichotomy of control. Acknowledge that while you can commit to these passions, their ultimate outcomes might be unpredictable, and that's okay. Detachment in this context does not mean indifference. Instead, it's about loving and pursuing with full heart and effort while remaining resilient to setbacks. For example, if you are passionate about supporting a cause like environmental protection, do everything in your power to contribute. Volunteer, spread awareness, reduce your own environmental footprint. But know that you cannot control the actions of others or the global outcome entirely. Stoic detachment helps here by reminding you to focus on your part, allowing you to find satisfaction in your effort without feeling defeated by challenges outside your control. Purposeful passion combined with detachment also enriches personal relationships. Rather than becoming overly attached to another person's validation or approval, Stoic detachment helps you appreciate the relationship while maintaining your own emotional independence. This way you can love deeply and genuinely, but won't become devastated if the relationship faces difficulties or if it doesn't fulfill every expectation. It is a balance of care and inner stability, which makes relationships more authentic and resilient. To reinforce this balance, reflect regularly on your motivations and approach to these passions. Journal about your experiences, noting moments when detachment helped you stay calm and present, as well as times when passion pushed you to persevere. Reflect on the ways Stoic detachment and purposeful passion complement each other, creating a life that is engaged but not enslaved to outcomes. By integrating Stoic detachment with purposeful passion, you build a resilient yet deeply connected life. You are free to pursue meaningful goals with dedication, unburdened by the need for specific results. This blend of passion and detachment helps cultivate a fulfilling life that embraces both joy and serenity, embodying the Stoic ideal of living fully and wisely. Lesson 6. Practicing humility, embracing imperfections in the pursuit of growth. Stoicism encourages us to strive for virtue, rationality, and inner peace, which can sometimes lead to a focus on self-mastery that risks becoming rigid or overly self-critical. Practicing humility within a Stoic framework is essential to temper this intensity with the understanding that growth is an ongoing process and that imperfection is a natural part of being human. Humility not only helps us acknowledge our limitations, but also encourages us to learn from them, fostering a mindset of continuous improvement rather than unattainable perfection. Humility in Stoicism begins with recognizing that no matter how much wisdom we accumulate, there will always be more to learn. This recognition isn't about diminishing ourselves, but about embracing a realistic view of our place within the vast world of human knowledge and experience. To practice humility, start by actively seeking feedback from others, whether they are mentors, colleagues, friends, or family members. Stoicism teaches us to value objective perspectives and to detach from ego, so welcoming constructive criticism is a way of putting this teaching into practice. Another key aspect of humility in Stoicism is reframing your goals in terms of progress rather than perfection. Acknowledge that striving for a perfect life free from mistakes or weaknesses is unrealistic. Instead, focus on gradual improvement, aiming to become a little wiser, kinder, or more resilient each day. This incremental approach allows you to appreciate each small victory, building confidence without becoming arrogant or self-satisfied. It also makes the pursuit of Stoic virtue sustainable, as you're not setting yourself up for constant disappointment when things don't go perfectly. In addition, humility involves understanding the role of external factors in our lives and successes. Stoicism emphasizes our control over internal responses, but acknowledges that external events are often beyond our control. By recognizing that some achievements result from circumstances rather than solely our own efforts, we maintain a grounded perspective. This humility prevents us from becoming overly attached to our accomplishments, allowing us to appreciate them without inflating our egos or defining ourselves by external success. Ultimately, practicing humility allows you to grow while staying true to your values, acknowledging both strengths and limitations with grace. By embracing humility, you align with the Stoic ideal of pursuing wisdom without arrogance, balancing ambition with a realistic and compassionate view of yourself. This mindset keeps you grounded, open to growth, and better equipped to face life's challenges with patience and resilience, knowing that each step forward is progress. Lesson 7. Resilience through adaptability, embracing change. Without losing ground, Stoicism places a high value on resilience and self-mastery, teaching us to face adversity with an unshakable calm. However, resilience is not just about standing firm against challenges, but also about adapting to changing circumstances. Practicing adaptability within the framework of Stoic resilience involves embracing change as a natural part of life, meeting it with flexibility and wisdom rather than rigid resistance. In today's fast-paced world, where change is constant and often unpredictable, cultivating this adaptability is crucial for living a balanced and resilient life. At the heart of Stoic adaptability is the concept of amor fati, or love of fate. This Stoic teaching encourages us not only to accept the events in our lives, but to embrace them as necessary parts of our journey, even when they disrupt our plans or expectations. Instead of seeing change as a threat, amor fati teaches us to view it as an opportunity for growth. By loving whatever fate brings, we let go of the anxiety and frustration that comes from trying to control outcomes beyond our reach. This acceptance allows us to remain resilient, regardless of what life throws our way. To practice resilience through adaptability, start by examining your typical reactions to change. Do you feel frustrated or anxious when plans shift unexpectedly? Are you quick to resist new circumstances that push you out of your comfort zone? By recognizing these habitual reactions, you can begin to shift your mindset toward one that sees value in adaptation. The next time something unexpected happens, consciously remind yourself of amor fati. See the event as part of a larger journey rather than an interruption or setback. Moreover, adaptability involves learning to pivot your goals and expectations when circumstances change. In Stoicism, we are encouraged to focus on our intentions and efforts, knowing that the final outcome is often out of our control. However, adaptability also means reassessing those goals when new information or circumstances arise. For instance, if you encounter an obstacle in a project, rather than stubbornly pursuing the original plan, consider alternative approaches that align with your ultimate purpose. This flexibility not only helps you overcome obstacles, but also ensures that you continue moving forward, even if your path changes along the way. Another valuable tool is journaling about your experiences with change. Reflect on past instances where adaptability led to positive outcomes or helped you overcome a challenge. Document how adapting to new circumstances, rather than resisting them, fostered resilience. Over time, this habit will reinforce your adaptability, making it easier to approach each change with curiosity and a growth mindset. In essence, resilience through adaptability doesn't mean avoiding disruption or clinging to a single way of doing things. It means learning to flow with life's currents while keeping your core values as a steady anchor. By cultivating this blend of resilience and flexibility, you can face life's inevitable changes with grace and strength, embracing them as essential parts of your journey toward personal growth and wisdom. Lesson 8. The practice of equanimity, maintaining inner balance. Amidst external chaos, equanimity is one of the cornerstones of Stoic philosophy, representing a calm and balanced state of mind that remains steady, regardless of the external circumstances. In today's fast-paced, unpredictable world, where we're constantly bombarded by information, demands, and challenges, cultivating equanimity is more relevant than ever. The ability to remain unshaken, centered, and calm amid the chaos of daily life allows us to make wise decisions, respond rather than react, and protect our mental well-being. Practicing equanimity is not about avoiding emotion or becoming indifferent. It's about maintaining an inner stillness that lets us view events objectively and act with intention. To build equanimity, start with the Stoic concept of focusing on what you can control. Often, we lose our inner balance because we expend energy worrying about outcomes, people's opinions, or events that are entirely beyond our influence. The Stoics teach that true power lies in directing our efforts toward what we can shape, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. When faced with a stressful situation, pause and ask yourself, what part of this is within my control? Shifting your focus to what you can influence rather than what you can't brings a sense of empowerment and calm, helping you regain balance. Mindfulness is another essential practice for fostering equanimity. It involves staying present and fully aware of your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, you train yourself to observe thoughts and feelings as they arise, rather than becoming entangled in them. For example, if you feel anger or anxiety building, mindfulness allows you to notice these emotions early, giving you the chance to choose a measured response. This presence and awareness are key to maintaining equanimity because they allow you to catch disturbances before they spiral out of control, helping you to respond from a place of calm. The practice of reframing situations also plays a critical role in developing equanimity. Stoics are known for their ability to reinterpret events, to see them in a more constructive light. When confronted with an adversity or setback, instead of viewing it as a misfortune, try seeing it as an opportunity to build strength, resilience, or patience. This shift in perspective not only eases the emotional charge around the event, but also keeps you grounded, allowing you to remain centered in the face of difficulties. Visualization exercises, such as those inspired by Stoic philosopher Epictetus, can also strengthen equanimity. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing situations that might throw you off balance, such as criticism, failure, or disappointment. Envision yourself responding calmly, accepting the situation without distress. By rehearsing these scenarios mentally, you're training yourself to remain composed when they actually occur, building an inner reservoir of calm that you can draw from in real life. Journaling is another useful tool to track your journey toward equanimity. At the end of each day, reflect on moments where you were able to maintain calmness, as well as situations where you lost balance. Consider what triggered each reaction and how you might respond differently next time. This self-reflection not only reinforces the habit of equanimity, but also allows you to observe patterns, helping you anticipate challenges to your inner calm. Ultimately, equanimity is about accepting that life will always present challenges, frustrations, and unexpected events. By developing a steady mind and calm heart, you build an anchor that keeps you grounded no matter what comes your way. With equanimity, you don't avoid emotions, but engage with them from a place of strength and clarity. This inner balance, cultivated with patience and practice, is what allows you to navigate life's highs and lows with grace, embodying the Stoic ideal of living harmoniously amidst the inevitable chaos. Lesson 9. Practicing memento mori, embracing mortality to live fully. One of the most profound practices in Stoicism is memento mori, or remembering that you will die. While it may sound morbid, the purpose of this reflection is not to dwell on death with fear, but to use it as a powerful tool for perspective and motivation. By regularly contemplating our mortality, we gain clarity on what truly matters, guiding us to live with intention, prioritize our values, and let go of trivial worries. Embracing memento mori is about cultivating a deep appreciation for the finite nature of life, which ultimately enhances our capacity to live fully and meaningfully. To begin integrating memento mori into your life, start by acknowledging that life's impermanence is an inescapable reality. Rather than avoiding thoughts of death, which can lead to unconscious anxieties, face this fact with openness. Recognize that each day, each moment, is a gift that cannot be taken for granted. This practice encourages us to focus on the present and make choices that align with our values, knowing that time is limited and irreplaceable. When you remind yourself that life is fleeting, you are less likely to waste time on meaningless pursuits or petty grievances, and more inclined to pursue what truly brings purpose and joy. One way to practice memento mori, is to set aside a few moments each day to reflect on your life's priorities and consider whether you are spending your time in alignment with them. Ask yourself, if today were my last day, would I be satisfied with how I spent it? By using this question as a guide, you may find the motivation to pursue long-held dreams, mend relationships, or simply cherish the ordinary moments that often go unnoticed. The point isn't to live in fear of death, but to let the awareness of it fuel a deeper commitment to living purposefully. Another aspect of memento mori is letting go of grudges and petty concerns. When you view life through the lens of mortality, minor annoyances lose their significance. Conflicts with others become opportunities for understanding rather than prolonged resentments. Remembering our mortality reminds us that life is too short to harbor bitterness or to focus on ego-driven disputes. This awareness fosters forgiveness and empathy, helping us to cultivate harmonious relationships and letting go of anything that doesn't contribute to a fulfilling life. Visualization is a powerful tool to deepen this practice. Picture yourself at the end of your life, reflecting on your achievements, relationships, and regrets. Visualize what you would want to have accomplished, the kind of person you wish to be remembered as, and how you hope to have impacted others. This exercise brings clarity to what is truly important, helping you identify the actions and attitudes you need to embody in the present to create a meaningful legacy. Journaling about memento mori can also be a transformative practice. Each day, take a few moments to write about what matters most to you and how you can prioritize those things in the coming days. Reflect on how the awareness of mortality can empower you to make better choices and live a more conscious, deliberate life. Ultimately, memento mori is a Stoic reminder that life's brevity is not a curse, but a catalyst for living authentically. By embracing our mortality, we shed superficial concerns and focus on what truly matters, fostering a life rich in purpose, gratitude, and connection. This practice does not take away from life. It enhances it, allowing us to appreciate each moment, each interaction, and each day as the precious opportunity it is. Lesson 10. Cultivating gratitude. Finding contentment in the present moment. Gratitude, though often overlooked in Stoic philosophy, is a vital practice that complements Stoic resilience and acceptance. While Stoicism teaches us to manage our reactions and let go of attachment to external things, gratitude adds a layer of fulfillment and appreciation, helping us to see value in the present moment, regardless of life's challenges. When we cultivate gratitude, we train ourselves to focus on what we already have, shifting our mindset from scarcity to abundance. This simple but transformative shift promotes inner peace, contentment, and a deeper connection to the world around us. To start practicing gratitude in a Stoic context, begin by acknowledging the aspects of life that you tend to take for granted. These may include the support of friends and family, good health, or even simple comforts like a warm meal. Gratitude also has a profound effect on how we handle adversity. Stoicism teaches us to face challenges with equanimity, seeing them as opportunities for growth. By combining this Stoic acceptance with gratitude, we can shift our perspective on difficult experiences. For example, if you're going through a challenging time at work, instead of focusing solely on the stress or obstacles. Another powerful way to cultivate gratitude is by acknowledging and appreciating nature's simplicity and beauty. Stoics valued nature as a source of wisdom and tranquility. Spend time outdoors, observing the sky, trees, or even the small details of a flower. These natural wonders remind us of the broader world beyond our own struggles, fostering a sense of perspective and awe. This simple act of gratitude reconnects us to the world around us, anchoring us in the present and reminding us of life's inherent beauty. Ultimately, gratitude in Stoicism is about embracing what is already here rather than constantly seeking more. By cultivating a heart of gratitude, we align ourselves with the Stoic ideal of finding peace and fulfillment within, making it easier to handle life's ups and downs with grace. This practice brings contentment to each moment, helping us lead a life of virtue, joy, and appreciation. Lesson 11. Aligning with nature. Embracing the Stoic principle of living in harmony. A fundamental tenet of Stoic philosophy is to live in accordance with nature. This principle goes beyond simply admiring nature's beauty. It encourages us to align our lives with the natural order, understanding ourselves as interconnected parts of a greater whole. In today's fast-paced, individualistic world, this Stoic teaching offers a pathway to deeper harmony, inner peace, and purpose, by reminding us of our role within the vast ecosystem of life. Living in alignment with nature means accepting life's seasons, respecting our human nature, and recognizing the balance that exists between all things. To begin aligning with nature in a Stoic sense, start by contemplating your connection to the world around you. Realize that every person, plant, animal, and element exists within a shared system. Stoicism teaches us that we are all interconnected. Our actions have a ripple effect, influencing not only ourselves, but also the larger community. When we understand our lives as part of this greater system, we become more mindful of our choices and more intentional about how we contribute to the world. This principle also encourages us to accept life's ebbs and flows. Just as nature experiences cycles of growth and decay, human life has its own phases, periods of productivity and rest, success and struggle, joy and sorrow. By viewing these fluctuations as natural and inevitable, we learn to let go of resistance and embrace change as an essential part of existence. Stoicism teaches that suffering often arises from fighting against what is. By learning to adapt and flow with life's seasons, we cultivate resilience and inner calm. Living in harmony with nature also involves honoring our own human limitations. In a society that often glorifies constant achievement and perfection, Stoicism reminds us that part of our nature is to be flawed and imperfect. Rather than fighting these limitations, we can work with them, understanding that growth comes from self-acceptance and gradual improvement. Aligning with nature doesn't mean giving in to weaknesses, but rather recognizing that personal development is a process that requires patience, humility, and self-compassion. Another way to practice this alignment is by spending time in natural settings. Engage in activities that allow you to observe nature's rhythm, hiking, gardening, or simply sitting outside. Pay attention to the effortless way that plants grow, animals interact, and ecosystems maintain balance. These moments in nature remind us of life's simplicity and resilience, helping us to reset our perspectives and find clarity. When we reconnect with nature's tranquility, we often find our own inner peace. Finally, journaling on the Stoic concept of nature can deepen this alignment. Reflect on moments when you felt out of sync with yourself or the world around you, and consider how embracing nature's rhythm might have brought balance. Write about the ways you can honor both your strengths and limitations, or how accepting life's natural changes can foster peace. Ultimately, living in harmony with nature isn't just a philosophical ideal, it's a practical guide for finding fulfillment and purpose. By embracing the natural order, accepting life's seasons, and respecting our place within the world, we create a life grounded in resilience and serenity. This practice of alignment helps us embody Stoic values, allowing us to live authentically and harmoniously, with an awareness that we are part of something greater than ourselves. Lesson 12. Practicing voluntary discomfort, building strength through self-denial. In Stoic philosophy, the practice of voluntary discomfort, deliberately facing minor hardships or discomforts, is an exercise in strengthening resilience and self-discipline. This Stoic concept teaches us to embrace discomfort as a tool for personal growth, training us to handle life's inevitable challenges with grace and composure. By deliberately exposing ourselves to discomfort, we prepare our minds and bodies for unexpected adversities, becoming more resilient, adaptable, and capable of living virtuously regardless of external conditions. The purpose of voluntary discomfort is not to suffer unnecessarily, but to build mental toughness and remind ourselves that we can endure more than we might think. In modern life, comfort is often readily available, and we become accustomed to conveniences that protect us from physical and mental strain. This reliance on comfort can weaken our resolve and make us more vulnerable to frustration or stress when we inevitably face difficult situations. Practicing voluntary discomfort helps us break free from this dependency, fostering a deeper appreciation for both comfort and discomfort, and allowing us to become more resilient in the face of life's trials. To begin incorporating voluntary discomfort, start small. Choose manageable, simple practices that introduce a bit of discomfort into your daily routine. For example, you might take cold showers, skip a meal occasionally, or go for a long walk without any digital distractions. Each of these practices requires discipline and resilience, but they are also temporary and within your control, allowing you to push your limits without overwhelming yourself. Cold showers, for instance, not only teach you to manage physical discomfort, but also cultivate mental focus as you endure the chill. This exercise strengthens your ability to remain calm and composed when faced with unexpected challenges. Another valuable practice of voluntary discomfort is fasting. Fasting, even for a short period, teaches you to control cravings and resist the urge to satisfy immediate desires. This self-discipline translates to other areas of life, where patience and delayed gratification often lead to more meaningful outcomes. When you practice fasting, you realize that hunger, while uncomfortable, is something you can endure. This builds a mindset of resilience that helps you face other discomforts with a similar calm and controlled attitude. Living with fewer luxuries or material comforts is another way to practice voluntary discomfort. Spend a day or weekend without some of the things you normally rely on, such as television, your phone, or even certain foods. By doing this, you remind yourself that happiness and peace don't depend on material possessions or constant entertainment. This practice fosters gratitude for what you do have, reinforcing a Stoic mindset that values inner contentment over external comforts. Regularly practicing voluntary discomfort trains you to detach from the need for constant comfort, empowering you to respond to life's challenges with a balanced, grounded perspective. Journaling about your experiences with discomfort can enhance this practice. Reflect on the discomfort you faced, how you managed it, and how it affected your mindset. Notice any growth in your resilience and inner calm, as well as moments where discomfort shifted your perspective or led to unexpected insights. Ultimately, voluntary discomfort is about building inner strength and preparing for life's uncertainties. By exposing yourself to small, controlled hardships, you cultivate a spirit of courage, resilience, and adaptability. This practice aligns with the Stoic ideal of embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, helping you to live a life rooted in virtue and self-mastery, equipped to face both comfort and discomfort with equal composure. As we conclude our journey through these transformative Stoic practices, remember, true growth begins with small, intentional steps. If you found wisdom and clarity here, and if these lessons resonated with the challenges you face, make sure you're part of this ongoing journey by hitting that subscribe button. This isn't just about Stoicism, it's about cultivating resilience, purpose, and a life of meaning together. Before you go, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Which practice are you most excited to try? What insights hit closest to home? Drop a comment below and share your perspective. You never know who might be inspired by your words. If you've gained value from this, a simple like helps spread this message to others on a similar path, helping build a community of people who are seeking strength and wisdom. Remember, each practice you integrate isn't just a step toward Stoic mastery, it's a step toward a life lived with greater purpose and peace. So, are you ready to transform philosophy into action? Embrace these principles daily, and let's continue this journey together. Subscribe, comment, and like, and take the next step on this path of growth and self-mastery. Thank you for being here, and here's to living a life of virtue and resilience, one practice at a time.